Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. And what I'm going to talk about is illegal immigration. And the the thing that gets me, I hear all kinds of stories on why they're allowing illegal immigration to come around. Uh, the one part that I hear a lot of is the votes. They think that's going to help their voting. I don't know what Rex is going to do, and but uh, I, I used to kind of think that maybe that had something to do with it. But what we've learned from the last election was, well, election is controlled. And I mean, this is something you really have to be an idiot not to realize something happened. And and talking about idiots, we've seen a lot of weird activity in social, the way they act social. Uh, I mean, it's really changed. This wearing the mask and 6 foot distancing and all this kind of stuff is supposed to be meaningful, but for some reason, when you get vaccinated, you still need to do it. Well, maybe 2 masks. I mean, so there's something really wrong when people go along with this stuff, and so you know, so I don't really believe it's election. But one thing I've heard for years is uh, cheap labor. And I'm starting to really think on that really hard because they've stopped people from working, and who has started back working are the ones that make good money. So now any of these lesser jobs, I don't know why you'd call it a lesser job, because if it's a job that needs to be done, you need to pay for it. I mean, when I've had my businesses, I have somebody do some work for me, I expect to pay for it. But seeing everything has got kind of funny in the way of corporations look like they're getting things done the way they want things done. And so now I'm starting to think, well, maybe it has something to do with cheap labor. And because I tell you one thing that I really hate hearing is these are jobs that Americans don't want to do. I really hate hearing that. But this is something you must admit, all throughout history, there has been jobs that not so much Americans don't want to do, but people don't want to do certain types of work. And they've used illegal aliens, slave labor, children labor, this type of stuff to get things done. So I'm thinking there might be something to this cheap labor thing, and that concerns me, that we're going to get to that stage where we're looking about because cheap labor is slave labor. Really, it really is. Because when you have now, I don't mind cheap labor, because normally cheap labor is a starting point in a job. I mean, you want to start in this factory, they got cheaper wages to do work most anybody can do. And then as you get better, you learn more, stuff like that, you get better and better. Or at least that's the way it's always worked in my businesses. The ones that can perform the best are the ones that get paid the best. And so that's kind of got me thinking that maybe there might be something to this labor thing, this cheap labor. Another thing is you bring down the standards. So the less educated, you don't need to be educated. Matter of fact, they don't want you educated. I mean, you can look at the schooling system, the education system that we have in the United States. You can tell they're putting out some real idiots now. I mean, these people are not too bright. And a lot of schools are doing 50% dropout. Now, how do you do 50% dropout? You know what I mean? And then still turn out such poor educated young people. And not only poor educated, they're not even capable of thinking and reasoning, thinking things out, you know, and that's really what they're supposed to do. And that's, you know, reading, writing, and arithmetic. That's what that all involves, thinking. And so it's to the point where they don't want people to think. And like I say, they can take illegals and they don't need to think. They just need to do whatever kind of work that they want them to do. So this is the thing that's really getting to me. And then when you see this virus thing going on, you can see that they were losing social skills. I normally I can't even go a day without shaking hands with somebody. Now, you know, I can go a week without shaking hands with somebody. It's really weird. And like I say, the thing that's odd is people are holding themselves back at a social level. So in other words, they're learning how to just come into themselves, and that's it. It's not like, you know, bring the family in together and we can do it. No, it's not like that. So not only we've broken down the family, but like I say, we've broken down social skills. And I'm really concerned about that. Like I say, even, to tell you the truth, even my own grandkids, my grandsons, they don't even know how to shake hands. You know, I mean, 13, 14, 15 years old, they don't know how to shake hands. You know, I mean, shaking hands, one of the things that you learn real early. To be a man, you got to learn how to shake hands. So we're losing social skills really bad. This whole thing has really got really bad. We are learning to accept what stupid people tell us, in which they would be the officials, you know, the ones that we've supposedly voted in. And these people, even you can see, even those people are becoming real idiots. I mean, how they can do such, you know, illegal, unconstitutional, immoral acts right in our face. You know, they don't even try to hide it. So it tells you the stupidity. And then we go along with it. You know, somebody that shows you that they're that dumb, and we follow them. This is something that I don't understand how that works. I've always followed strength. Somebody, not necessarily physical strength, but I mean, you could see the strength and confidence in that person, and you don't see it. You know, I mean, this is bad. How we've got to this level that, you know, I don't know how many people. Just think how many people you see every day that think they have authority over you. How many people every day that can tell you what to do? it's really bad. And anybody, when you give them a little bit of authority, they act like they really have some kind of authority. You know what I mean? It's just really amazing. And I don't see a fix in this in the foreseeable future, because I see more stupidity blossoming all the time, and people just aren't thinking. And I'm not sure how this is all going to work in the long run. Still thinking on it, because I'm sure something's going to have to happen. There's got to be a limit on how dumb we as a society can get. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.